Welcome again, my dear students, to the second part of using modals. Modals for necessity and suggestion. To describe necessity, we use need to, have to, or must to express necessities and obligations. For example, you need to make a reservation. You have to get a passport. You must have a driver's license. It's an obligation here. To express no necessities or lack of necessities or no obligation, we use doesn't have to or don't have to. Absence of necessity or lack of necessity. For example, you don't have to get a visa, so it's not necessary to have a visa. You don't have to have an international driver's license. To give suggestions and advice, we use had better, ought to, or should to give suggestions or advice. For example, you had better make hotel reservations. You ought to pack a first aid kit. You should try some local specialties. To say that something is not advisable or not a good idea, we use shouldn't, had better not. It's not a good idea. You shouldn't carry a lot of cash. You had better not to drink water from the tap. Try to write those down. Have to, need to, and must have similar meanings. Consequently, they are interchangeable. Had better, ought to, and should also have similar meanings but differ in degree. Had better is stronger than ought to, which is stronger than should. Now I want you to watch this video to revise using modals. After that, we are going to practice some sentences.
Modal helping verbs in English from espressoenglish.net. Modal helping verbs modify the main verb by adding necessity or possibility. In this lesson, you'll learn how to use can, could, may, might, must, should, will, won't, and would. Use can and could to express ability and possibility. I can swim means I have the ability to swim. We could go to the movies means it's possible for us to go to the movies. You can also use them in the negative form to express no ability or no possibility. You can't enter the restricted area. This means it's not possible. He tried to call me, but he couldn't get through. Couldn't means it wasn't possible. Use may and might to express the idea of maybe. We might go camping depending on the weather. This means if the weather is good, we will go, and if the weather is not good, we won't go. I may go to the gym if I can get off work early. Again, it's not a certainty, but maybe I will go, depending on my work. Use should to give a recommendation or suggestion. If your head hurts, you should go to the doctor. This means I suggest that you go to the doctor. He should see that movie. He'd like it. This means I recommend that he sees the movie because I think he would enjoy it. Use must to express necessity. That means something is required. You must arrive on time for the exam, otherwise they won't let you take it. It means it is necessary to arrive on time. In spoken English, it's much more common to use need to and have to for requirements instead of must. You can also say, you gotta arrive on time, but this is very informal and is used in spoken English only. Gotta is never used in written English. Use will and won't to express certainty about the future. I'll help you write the report means I promise to help you write the report. That software won't work. It's not compatible with the computer. This means I am certain that the software will not work. Finally, use would to express an imaginary situation. If I were a millionaire, I would give a lot of money away. Dana would study English if she had more free time. Both of these situations, being a millionaire and having more free time, are imaginary. They are not real, so we use would to describe what would happen in this imaginary situation. In spoken English, we normally shorten the word would. If I were a millionaire, I'd give a lot of money away. She'd study English if she had more free time. When asking a question using a modal helping verb, the word order changes. I can swim is the statement, but when asking a question, the modal verb comes before the subject. Can you swim? Here's an example with could. Could we go to the movies? The modal verb could comes before the subject we, and in the answer it's reversed. Yes, we could. You should see that movie. Should I see that movie? I would give money away. What would you do? In questions, always put the modal helping verb before the subject.
Now let's have more practice. Choose the correct answer. There are a lot of tomatoes in the fridge. Use space buy any. Mustn't, needn't, may not, shouldn't. What do you expect the correct answer? The correct answer is needn't. There are a lot of tomatoes in the fridge. You needn't buy any. So it's not necessary to buy any tomato. Number 2. It's a hospital. Use space smoke. Mustn't, needn't, may not, don't have to. It's an obligation here. So the answer is you mustn't, or we can call it prohibition. It's not allowed to smoke here. Number 3. If you want to speak English fluently, you could, need, should, may to work hard. What do you expect the correct answer? You need to work hard. I can't use could, should, or may because I can't use them with to. Number 4. Drivers may, must, have, need. Stop when the traffic lights are red. The correct answer is must. It's an obligation here. You must stop when the traffic lights are red. Number 5. You must, may, should, need. Take your umbrella. It's raining outside. You must, or you may, or you should, or you need. The answer is You should. You should take your umbrella. It's raining. So it's an advice. Thank you very much. See you in the next part.